I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
Recording in progress. 2 Owls, 1 Pod with a spinoff from the web series The Two Dicks. And now, here we are doing this thing once again. I think this is episode, we call them volumes, 255. 255. That was the address of the house that I grew up in. 255 Alabama Avenue in Providence, Rhode Island. Well, I 3 years of my life. I was very young. Anyways, I'm Al Ducharme. I'm actually in Studio City, California.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to join a cruise ship tomorrow morning. So I'm on land. That's always a nice thing. And Al Romas, with the Havana, Cuba painting behind him, is actually in Clearwater, Florida. Al, how the heck are you?
Hey, man, I'm good. We're home. We're both home. We're both enjoying some good Wi-Fi.
Mhm.
And if you're on the Patreon, and goddamn, I hope you are. We've had a growth spurt with our Patreon in the last month where we're adding some people. It's great. And you got to see Alfred this morning. This is, if you're listening, you're like, well, what does he look like? I got to see this. Well, you go to patreon.com/2owls1pod. Join up for like as little as $5 a month. And you can see Al rolled right out of the bed. He looks like he and his 3 cats then made some tea. And he served Mr. Mittens his breakfast and then decided to podcast. There's sort of a stocking cap on. There's a heavy robe.
It's a heavy robe.
You look like Pandemic, Al. You look a little bit pandemic-y back in the day when you would
I'm
order
doing a little
food
throwback.
Yeah. What's going on? Is it chilly? Is it always cold in the Ducharme home? There's a lot of headwear.
This time of year, it gets very cool at night.
Summer.
For us, cool is 55 degrees last night. And in our home, it hovers between 68 and 70 at night. So it
right
gets a
around
little chilly.
69?
Yeah, 69, if you want to go
Right
ahead
around
and
69.
Okay. Oh, God, I
Get
haven't
it?
done that. When's the last time you did 69?
What,
all right.
what year is it? What fucking decade is it? Is Reagan president? I don't remember.
I think that was a college thing. It's like,
I think
why-
Reagan was
why-
president, to be
why are we
honest.
doing this? I have to concentrate when I want to concentrate.
Hey, now. Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So anyways, I'm, as you know, for our video Patreon members and for our clips, I like to change my attire so that the clips don't all look the same. And often we have different backdrops. Like, for instance, I'm in front of my armoire, 1928 armoire. Pretty nice.
Lovely.
You know, just to change it up so people don't think, oh, I already saw that, and they swipe by it.
Right. Yeah, I'm doing full merch today. Got these are collector's items. The shirt. This is the old Two Dicks. This is pre-Talking Dicks. You got the mug there. This is the first thing we did. And there's the Talking Dicks mug. I got the same. I'm using that one. So this is also collector's items, Talking Dicks merch. And now we're 2 Owls, 1 Pod. So hopefully, maybe early 2024, we'll roll out some 2 Owls, 1 Pod mugs. Everybody needs a mug. That's,
a
can't have enough coffee mugs. How many coffee mugs are in your home right now, would you say? Because you're just you and Bernie, so you're 2 people. How many mugs you got going?
Several, more than we need. And we're
Isn't that
running out
weird?
of shelf space. We're
That's
just
right.
collecting them. And,
That's right.
various things, radio shows that we've done in the past. They go, here's a mug. Thanks for coming in at 6 a.m. to do comedy. We have those. My latest edition is New York System. And that is a wiener place in Rhode Island called...
You don't have to tell me.
Well, yeah, I don't have
I
to
know
tell
all
you.
the wiener places from Rhode Island. Hey, now. Talking about the old days. That's probably. I think that was the last time I 69. It was at the wiener place.
Ba-da-ba-ba-doop-boop. Hello, callback waiting. You're on the air.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Anyways, that's what I have. Yeah, we have too many, and we only use like 2 to 4 of them.
Yeah, this is what Kelly and I took a box to Goodwill the other day because the whole cabinet's nothing but coffee mugs. We're 2 people. Really, we need, to be honest, you need 2 mugs, but we've got multiple mugs happening.
Did you also donate the mug warmer that you received as a gift from your buddy Al?
I still have it. It's in the lower cabinet somewhere, hidden behind other things I'm not allowed to use. So
if Kelly goes back home to visit family and you stay there, you may use it.
That's true. Well, actually, we're going to go in December. We're going to go to Michigan and do the Christmas there. So we're going to drive, take young Ted, and the three of us are going to drive to Michigan and be there. Yeah, because that should be fun. Who'd want to ride their e-bike in beautiful Florida on Christmas Day over the bridge?
We're gonna.
Or would you rather go to Michigan in the snow? What would you rather do?
We're gonna get to the e-bike in a moment. I just want to talk about where are you overnighting?
Where am I overnighting?
On your way up to Michigan from.
I don't know. I haven't done that drive from here. I don't know.
Is that an 11-hour drive?
I think it's I think it's about 14. Something like yeah.
That's not
so. I don't know.
You got to overnight.
An 18-hour drive.
Yeah, we got the dogs. So that's a lot of stops, and then we'll overnight. So we'll leave I think we're going to leave on my birthday, which is the 21st. Get there the 22nd, 23, 24, 25, and then 6, maybe head back or something.
So you're going to be driving 30% of the time that you're actually visiting.
30% of the time that I'm visiting. Yeah, probably.
A day and a half each way.
Day in the life. Yeah.
That's 3 days at least, possibly 4.
Possibly 4.
And then you're going to be there for 4 days. So it's actually more.
Probably, or 3 even, maybe 3 days.
You're going to be driving more.
Yeah.
Than you're staying.
Yeah, that's the way it looks. And, and it's going to be weather. So who knows? I mean, in Michigan in December is going to be, we're going to deal with some weather.
As soon as you hit Ohio.
Yeah. Well, this wasn't my idea. Let me just say, no. I mean, I'm actually, but I'm excited. I'm excited to go.
Yeah, you look it now.
I'm excited to go.
You're excited because you're not on an e-bike at the moment. That's why. All right, let's talk about this because Al sent me a photo of an injured person.
You can see it on Patreon.
Yes, we'll put it up right now, as a matter of fact. There it is. Injury on the left knee, leg. And there's injuries that you sustain falling off your e-bike that we can't see right now. Please share with us.
That'd be a whole different podcast if I showed you.
Dr. Oz episode or something.
That'd be Oz the prison show, I think. It'd be more like that.
Pay no attention to the testicle hanging over the handlebars.
That's right. Oh, that hurts just thinking of, to be honest.
Let's talk about it. What happened?
Yes. Well,
first of all, let me preface it with this. You guys purchased e-bikes, which I've been eyeing, and e-bikes are for people that need a little help pedaling.
No, it's not. It's not true.
It's the jazzy.
That is not. That's not
the jazzy
true
of the bikes. No, I know
it's not true. Kelly rides her bike without any. She keeps it on one. She wants to feel the burn and she doesn't. But it's like I go. Well, we could have just bought you a fucking $50 Schwinn if you're gonna do that. I mean, let's go. We got 5 speeds here, babe. Let's pick it up a little bit.
But if she fell off and she injured her testicles, she would be able to.
Well, I would
full motor.
If she injured her testicles, I'd be leaving her. I got to be honest.
I don't know. It seems to be trending right now. So
yes, it's trending upward, literally.
All right, so talk to me.
Well, I was in Jersey
because you're in pain right now, obviously.
Yeah, I got off the ship Sunday. Oasis, my last Bayonne week for the year, for the next year and a half, 2 years, whatever. No more Bayonne. Thrilled. But it was freezing. You get off the ship in Bayonne, it's 45 degrees. It's 7 a.m. And I'm like, God damn, I just want to land and get on that bike and ride to the beach. Let's get some warm the bones. Mm-hmm. So I get home and then Kelly's like, yeah, let's take the bikes and let's go get some cocktails down on the beach. I'm like, great. So we're riding. It's a nice ride. But as we get close to where we're headed, they close the street down and they put up these metal poles in the road so the cars can't go down, but there's enough space for a bike to go through or walk through.
So it's just pedestrian friendly bikes and walkers and joggers.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. And there's a live band playing over to the right on a band shell. There's playing some pretty good jazz. And so I'm riding my bike and we're just about there. We're just about where we need to be. But I'm looking at this band. I had never seen a band play on this thing before, the band shell. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then they start some other, like a Steely Dan song. It was something I knew. And I turned my head automatically, just like an idiot going, oh, I love that song. And as I did that, my front tire is hitting the metal pole
Ooh.
at that moment. And so it's so quick because I'm going pretty good at that pretty good speed. I hit that metal pole and then I just react. I turn the handlebars to the left, just like, oh.
Right.
And as I do that, the handlebar goes into my thigh and just rips a chunk out. And the end of the handlebar goes right into my left nut. And as that's all happening, I'm falling. It's like slow motion. I'm falling down onto my left arm. I don't know how I didn't break my arm.
You're pulling
amazing.
You're pulling a President Biden, Joe Biden move.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Similar. Yeah. But I was going a little faster than Joe goes. But what are the odds that pole? I mean, there's like 3 feet between each pole. My tire hits it exactly in the middle, like it done on the side. Boom! I go down. My arm, I don't know how it's not broken. Honestly, the whole thing fell on my left arm, but I'm laying there bleeding. I got a big road rash under my knee, and then this guy on a bike comes up, and he's like, "You okay?" I go, "I think so." I go, "I think I'm all right." And he's like, "All right." He takes off, and Kelly was still half a block away.
Well, wait a minute. She in front of you or behind you?
No, she's behind me because she keeps it on 1. I keep the thing on 3 and pedal my ass off.
Oh, so you're flying.
I'm on a rocket.
You're flying like Batman out of the Batcave.
Yeah.
And she's getting a workout.
Mm-hmm.
She's getting the work. She's like,
yeah.
And your other one topples to the ground.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
I just want to make sure I get my facts straight.
You get your facts. So she finally gets to me, and then she's like, "What's going on? Oh my God, you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm all right." But that left,
we can't have sex for 2 more years, is what you're saying.
That left nut is fucking. It was aching, and I thought, "Oh my God, I've done damage. I could have. Right. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been to it. I could have really damaged it because it's only 2 days now, but it doesn't hurt as much as it lets you know. Is it
swollen?
No, it's not swollen.
Why don't you, for the people on Patreon, let's have a look at this.
Here we go.
Now, if you're on Patreon, whoa, dude, I was joking. I was joking.
Well, Patreon, we can show things. People are paying for this.
Yeah, if you want to pay a minimum, that's worth $25 a month right there. If you want to just join for 1 month. By the way, while we're on it, we're gonna get back. Well,
you only get the 1 nut for 25. You get both nuts for 50.
If your credit card expired, you're going to get kicked back. And we had a few people where their credit card expired. And if you want to renew your credit card, you got to put the information in again.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Al. So I'm sorry about your swollen testicle.
Yeah.
Is it swollen out? Did you do the bag of frozen peas like your buddy Al told you to do?
No, it wasn't swollen. It just hurts.
So it's just a small nut.
I got a small nut and
I'm sorry. His nuts, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, his nuts are still small. Go ahead.
They remain small, but it hurt like a mofo.
I'm hearing the story is painful.
Yeah, the scrape under the knee, it looks like it hurts. That doesn't really hurt. The cut was pretty painful. That I could have used a couple stitches, but
which one?
I'm just a little bastard. Oh, I got it on my right thigh. I got a big
was
gash.
the rubber part on the e-bike, was it open metal? What usually they're like, it's a big
the bike, I believe the gash was the brake, the hand brake,
right?
That because it's like the piece above it you squeeze, right. That went into my thigh and just kind of went and pulled some skin and ripped it. But it was crazy, man. The whole thing took like half a second. It was in slow motion. They always talk about these things. It was totally in slow motion. I was dropping it all in my head, though. I was like, I'm gonna break my fucking arm. That's what I was thinking. I'm just, there's no way you can't break it. And yet I didn't even cut it. Nothing. So I don't know. So then we sat down, had a couple margaritas, and then rode home. But with the e-bike, you ride home.
Right. How was it? The e-bike riding home after a couple of margaritas.
It was good.
Were you in a little discomfort?
I was in a little discomfort, but I had the little margarita buzz. I put the bike on 3 and pedaled when I wanted to, and other times I just stood up and used it like a motorcycle. And I was just standing up because my leg felt better. standing when my ball felt better, and I would just stand up and then ride the thing, and so it was pretty good. But I feel good. I mean, it's not I got lucky. I'll tell you, get lucky because also we don't wear helmets, which is fucking stupid.
Right. I have a bike helmet actually.
You don't even have a bike. You just wear a bike helmet.
No,
Bernie walks you with a leash.
I wear my bike helmet.
Bernie has a leash. She walks you to the mailbox and back with your strappy leash and your helmet on.
Yeah, but you know all this. This is nothing new.
No, this is for the new listeners. We have new listeners every time. Every time.
Hey, by the way, we appreciate you if you're a new supporter on our Patreon page. It's very helpful.
Yes.
And thank you. That was nice.
Yeah.
We had a little surge, a little.
We're surging, baby. We're surging. The ships. I don't know. Do you promote the pod on the ships? Because I promote. And,
I have, but I'm not consistent with it.
Well, you got to be consistent, my man.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people, I'll have a cigar and they chat it up with me, and then I tell them. They always ask or say, how can we find you? I go, it's my podcast. And they all go right to the pods, put it in. And I tell you, word of mouth, I think, it's old school, but I think it's still one of the best ways to promote anything. Little word of mouth. You know what I'm saying, Alfred?
I'm sorry, I was distracted.
Oh, I thought I lost you. Okay. We got some landscapers outside. I don't know if you can pick that up or not. They're buzzing around on their lawn mowers. Some illegals. Good people. Best people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're the best.
You rapists, you murderers. No, they're good. They're good people.
But they're not going to steal from you because they want to keep the account.
They are not. Hey, by the way, shout out to, I want this guy as our sponsor. This is Dr. Lucen. This is a Riesling that Kelly and I discovered when we were in Napa. And this shit is awesome. And Dr. Lucen, anyone who has connections with Dr. Lucen, or we're fans here, and we'd love you to sponsor the pod because I want to give you your props every week. I love it. Dr. Lucen.
Hashtag it when we put this up.
Yes, we call him Dr. Lucy Goosey, but Dr. Lucen, it's Lucen Brothers. And man, they do a
your department.
Do a hell of a
I'm the
Riesling.
engineer. You're the marketer.
Hell of a
so you have to remember to put that in the hashtag.
I'll get on that, sir. Hey, speaking of, we were just speaking of Bernie. I want to bring this up. Please ask your wife. Please ask your wife.
Right now?
No more sad dog videos on Instagram. I can't. I can't take it. I can't handle it.
Well, she does the ones that need to be adopted, and then they get adopted, and she posts that hey, good news.
I know, and it's all good. It's a wonderful thing she's doing. But when I'm looking at Instagram and I scroll and I see a dog behind a cage who's going to be euthanized,
use an electric chair. Yeah,
makes me sad. So
yeah,
I have to scroll.
Knock it off, Paulie.
That's right. That's all I'm saying.
I'll straighten her out.
Please, give her a little. What did they say in the old day? Was give her a little what for? Yeah. Which I don't ever understood that expression. I'll give you a little what for.
Yeah.
What for?
I thought that was more of a parent-kid thing.
I'll give you a little what for.
Get in this house right now. What for? I'll give you a little what for.
It could be, but I'm picturing it more like almost like two dicks, kind of noir-y detectives. I'll give you a what for. That kind of thing.
All right, we'll put that in the script. By the way, we have a script that fellow comedian and I think genius John Bizarre has written.
We got to shoot this thing. I know.
It's done. And we've had other people offer to do it.
No, Bizarre's a great writer.
And yeah, he is. And it's funny because you're like, oh, okay, great. Yeah, sure. And then within a few days, he sends the script. Yeah. And I read it. I go, oh, this is good. I send it to you. He goes, let's shoot it. We don't have to make any changes.
I love it. No, it's great. And it's so rare, like you say, for someone to not only follow through, but then turn out something funny and shootable. Yeah, it's great. And he's hilarious. If you follow John Bizarre on Facebook, he writes some really funny posts and very well done. And he was in
Vegas
Dicks. He was
came out summer of
22. Holy moly. Yeah. Well, over a year ago.
We're well overdue for another episode.
Well overdue. We got to get that going. Got to get that done. Speaking of which, I'm watching Bosch is back. Do you follow? Are you a Bosch fan?
No,
Did you watch?
It's the one I want to watch because I like that actor. What's his name? The actor's name?
Titus Welliver.
Yeah.
Titus Welliver.
I really like him from my Deadwood days, and he was in a couple of movies. The what are the Boston movies he was in there?
He's in. I think he was in The Town.
Was it The Town?
Yeah. I think that one of the whatever that Affleck one where they robbed Fenway Park.
He played a detective in that one.
Yeah, he's great. This is Bosch legacy because the Bosch series ended with him as the detective. He quit.
Don't no.
Well, no,
don't stop.
Everyone knows this. Everyone knows.
I don't. I'm telling you, I don't.
Well, Bosch. There's Bosch, which you have to start with, and then you go into Bosch legacy.
Okay, thank you. That's all I need.
That wasn't a spoiler.
Why? I'm telling you, you're ruining it. Stop it.
And
I'll make you watch Longmire again.
Make me. I'd love to. I'll like nothing better to sit down. That was a great show. Billions. I don't know if you watch Billions.
Bernie is big into Billions right now. She said, "I'm not waiting for you anymore." So
this is it. It ends.
Either I start it or we get a divorce. So I said, you know my choice, but she went ahead.
My lawyer.
She went ahead and started it. I was like, "Damn it!" That was my out.
Billions is the final episode this Friday, so this will air Monday. So it's done. It's all done. I'll tell you, that was
no spoilers.
No spoilers. It started off fantastic. 2 years, 3 years, fantastic. Then it went into a tailspin.
Sure.
For 2 years. 2 years of just,
and then it made a comeback.
Garbage. And now this year started slow, but the last 4 or 5 have been really good. So
yeah, Better Call Saul had some.
Yeah, a lot of times,
strong.
you lose the writers who started it. They leave,
the producers,
and you got new people, and they're like, "Well, we'll do our spin on this show."
And you get used to it one way, and you could tell there's something off. They did that with Dexter.
Right.
Dexter actually became very popular, and then because it was based on short stories or whatever, and then they said, let's keep going with this because it's a hit.
Right.
And in the UK, they don't do that. Once it's a hit, 99% of the time, it's like, it's over. 12 episodes. 18
Dexter,
episodes,
when the I forget his character, the episode season with John Lithgow, that should have ended after that. That was so great.
Yeah.
He was a great rapist, killer, church man, that guy. It was so good. But then it was over. They were the next 2 years
rapist,
like
murderer, church man. He was so good.
So good. It was so great. those three
my hero. Oh boy.
Yeah.
John Lithgow is top notch.
So Billions ends on Friday. And it's funny, I was on stage the other night on the ship and I said something about McDonald's. I was trying to remember it. I should record. Do you record shows, by the way? Do you record your?
I don't. Never did. Never got into the TiVo. Never got into the what's the other one? The DVR. Never got into any of this. My friends were addicted to it.
No. Record your shows, your stand-up, your sets.
I understand.
Do you record each set?
I understand. We were talking about. I do.
Oh, okay.
But
I don't. I wish I did.
You went from Billions to do you ever record? And that's when I jumped on it.
Oh, okay.
And said DVD.
Well, I'm at 1:30 p.m. You're at 10:30 a.m. And I've had 4 cups of coffee, so I'm a little more jacked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand, but I'm just saying if I go back when I edit this, I'll see that you're saying Billions. It's the last show. Do you ever record? And I went into DVR. Do you understand?
Oh, okay.
Because you had a whole conversation, like you falling off the e-bike.
Yeah.
You said it took a second, but for you it was in super slow motion.
Yeah.
And you were able to, your brain was working 10 times faster than your body.
Right. So you record your sets. You record your sets.
I do.
I don't, and I should. But the other night I was on stage mentioning something about McDonald's. I forget. But anyway, I said, people get like, oh, you can't eat there, but billions and billions. And then I go with a B. And all of a sudden that gets that got a big laugh. And I'm like, well, why the fuck is that getting now I got nothing with it. But it was like that laugh was set up for like, now give us the billions bit. It was all ready to, and I didn't have it.
Yo,
I don't have it. I don't have it. I still don't have
for
it.
the listeners, Al and I, in the beginning, we used to try to throw out bits and work them out because we didn't know what we were doing with this format, and we didn't know what we wanted.
Unlike
to do.
now.
Unlike now, it's so clear cut now.
Now that we're so pros.
So one of his jokes was billions with a B. That was the premise, and we were trying to hammer out a joke with that. And there it is, serendipitously. That's why I record a majority of my shows on my phone audio, because when that gem comes up and I try to recreate it, I'm like, how did that go? How did I say? I said it perfect. And that's the very reason right there.
Yeah. It's the only reason I remembered it, because it was so like in my head going, remember this. But if I had a real billions with a B bit, God, it would have really crushed, because they were like, I go, billions. I go with a B, and boom. And it was like, holy shit, why are you guys laughing at that? But I had nothing more because I never really completed the bit. Never got the funny and why we say that. It's the only word.
Why do we have to put a B? We all know what it is, unless you're in China.
It's the only word.
And it begins with an R. Rillions. I have rillions. And then you get canceled. No?
Yeah, I never went that route. I should have thought about that route of the.
Now in China at McDonald's, they call it
the China man.
Rillions served. And then you get clipped again. Because you can't do an accent. A white guy can't do an accent.
No.
Unless it's Irish or British.
There was an Irish couple in the comedy club last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever, and I was saying something to them, and they were drunk, and with that accent, I couldn't understand it, and I said that. I go, between the accent and your alcoholism, I can't understand a word you're saying. and half the crowd laughed, the other half was like, ooh. Meanwhile, and I'm looking, and the Irish, they're fucking they're hitting the table, having a great time. I met them. They were super nice. I mean, why would anyone think that's ooh? What the Irish don't drink? I mean, that's just a fucking stereotype. It's fun. Doesn't mean anything by it. What do I care? But people are ooh. I
know, sensitive.
Yeah,
everybody's sensitive.
Did I tell you did I say this already on the guy, the young kid told me it was 2023? Did I tell you that?
Yes.
Yeah. I had to be told it was 2023.
Hey, pal, it's 2023. We don't put up with that shit anymore.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Who's we? Where are you headed, man? You're out of here. Well, today's Monday, so where are you right now? People are tuning in.
Today is Tuesday, first of all.
Well, no, but this would be next week, Monday.
Today is Monday. Al is correct.
Thank you.
We're recording actually pretty early this time. So if we say anything that's not evergreen, you're going to know.
Yeah. If the world has ended on Sunday and this is airing Monday, we didn't know about it. That's what
I will be on the Voyager of the Seas, Royal Caribbean's Voyager of the Seas, excuse me, out of Galveston, Texas.
I think that was the original OG. That was the original. That was the one that changed cruising promenade, the Royal Promenade, and now it's just another boat. But that was the big one at the time.
It's long in the tooth now, but I do like when they go into dry dock and they update them like an overhaul, and they look great. Trying to preserve that paycheck and
put a Playmakers in there. There you go.
That's their sports bar.
Yeah.
Chicken wings, pool tables. That's what they want. That's right. Give the people what they want.
Hell yeah.
Put them on a cruise ship and make them feel like they're down the street from their house.
That's kind of the knock on, which I disagree with, but a lot of people they say the big ones, it's like being in a mall. You're not at sea. But it's like, well, you can go outside and you're at sea. You can just look. I mean, you don't have to have windows. Like the little ships with the windows in the promenade, you can see the ocean. That's fine. But you're also going to feel the ocean in that thing. The big ones, you don't really, there's not much.
I've been in some pretty rough seas in the big ones, and I was like, oh, I didn't even realize it. The waves were that big. Whereas the smaller ship, you're like, whoa, we're moving.
You feel it in the small one, but I love when people go, boy, yeah, we're moving, huh?
Oh, yeah, because we're all, salty dogs. We don't.
And we're on a ship in the water. So, Yes, we
Well,
are
that
moving.
too, but I'm just saying, I heard people go,
Yes.
wow, it was really moving last night. I'm like, no, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't moving at all.
Have you been in the 20 footers waves?
Yeah, do a crossing,
Do a
or go to
crossing
Bermuda in November.
and your cabin is on the bow. I've had a
Yeah.
couple of cabins like right facing forward and
Right.
hitting those 18-foot rollers. Holy
The desk
shit.
drawers come out.
Yeah.
They go back in. They come. And the hangers are doing a dance and singing in there.
Your lower
Holy
back,
shit.
your lumbar region is raising up
Yeah.
4 inches.
My testicles go up 4 inches.
Well, not anymore.
It's weird. Well, I have a damaged one now. I have a fucked up left nut. So sad. I had it my whole life. You know what I mean? I feel bad. The poor thing.
How do we protect it? How do we?
That was so violent.
Ourselves?
You know what I mean? That really was a violent.
Of all the years, the decades that we've been alive and aware,
damn.
since our testicles dropped down as young men, how do we? How many times have we hurt them? Like a dozen times?
Well, that's what a cup is for. So but who's, I bet some people ride a bike, they probably put a cup on. Some weird guys, but because you can protect them if you fall, a helmet for your head and a cup for your other head. I mean, why not?
Well, that was the whole thing about a woman's bike and a man's bike. They would remove the bar for the woman, or they'd make it go down so the woman would.
That made no sense.
It should have been the opposite.
That's right. They never, you know what? I think they fucked that up in the 50s or 40s, and then they were embarrassed and they just made up this excuse because they were like, oh, for women, we had to remove the bar. Well, that makes no sense. You know what I mean? Men, you should remove. I felt like they did that, and then they were just like, just stick with that story because we fucked up. Because it's idiotic. The men have a bar where your jewels can be smashed. But think about my little left nut is just, he's living his life. He's been living for many years and just violently smashes into a whatever. I don't even know if it was the pole, the bike. I don't know what happened, but he's taking some time to come back.
Did his roommate even console him at all?
No.
Is he mad at him? Look, he goes, I have to do all the work now.
I think so. Well, there's no work to be done.
Dude,
I'll be honest.
Why do I have to take on your load? What is?
Hey, that's funny. We got a clip.
Holy shit. Oh my goodness. We just had another surge of people joining the Patreon.
There we go.
Thank you for your support.
Some weirdo heard load and hit $5. I'll join. Fuck it. Oh man.
What else are we going to cover today?
So you're out. So you're leaving Voyager in Galveston? Is that what you had?
Galveston, old Galveston.
You'll fly to Houston, you'll overnight, and then you'll make your way to Galveston via Uber or Lyft or shuttle or walk or hitchhike or what the fuck? Yes, sir.
When the cruise line flies me to Galveston, they don't fly me on American, which is my airline. They fly me on United. I have no status. Hello, middle seat. They put me up at the airport, the Houston airport, overnight, and then I have to take a 1 hour to an hour and 15-minute Uber or
I just said that.
van. Did you?
I just said all this.
Oh my God, was I not listening?
I don't know what the fuck happened there. That was scary. I said that literally. Then you went, and then you said, "Okay, so tomorrow I'm," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's exactly what I just stated."
I got to look at it in editing now.
You'll continue.
Okay. Well, what do you prefer? To be put up in Galveston overnight or at the airport in Houston?
I've never been put up in Galveston. I've always overnighted Houston and then the 15-minute drive the next day.
I would love to stay in Galveston. Get all the travel done.
Of course. Of course I would. Yes. And there's like a nice
it becomes a 2 travel day.
Exactly. It's and it's a pain in the ass, that whole ride and whole thing. So yeah, I would love to be in Houston overnight. I mean, in Galveston, but they don't do that for whatever reason. Generally.
But it's that Tremont Hotel, that 1920s Tremont Hotel in Galveston.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous. They preserved it. It's luxury.
It is nice. I think the coffee shop thing is overrated. Well, entertainers are like, you got to go to the Tremont. You got to go.
Here's what I like
deal.
about it. We've talked about it before. Deal. It's a coffee shop.
Yeah.
and they have nice pastries and whatnot. It's like a kind of like a Starbucks, but a little fancier. But the bowel movement at 7 a.m. The lobby has a
He loves that.
bathroom.
You love that bathroom.
Well, they have like 6 stalls, and they're all like big, thick doors. You can't see
Yeah.
under or over. It's
Those are the
closed
best.
structure.
They go down to the bottom. They go down.
Yeah, they're all the way down. Door. I'm on my phone. I'm in there. I'm doing my taxes. I'm doing I'm doing whatever I'm doing.
Sudoku. Yeah, for no reason.
Yeah,
just get out of there.
It's good for the brain.
It is. A good poop? Oh, Sudoku.
At the same time.
Oh, that would be kind of orgasmic, really. If you could do a Sudoku, fill it up as you're finishing a big dump, and then you finish the puzzle at the same exact time. I bet that would be sort of euphoric in the brain.
Well, this is definitely not a clip.
Be like coming. Yeah.
You're trying to make a clip, aren't you?
I was trying. As I was doing it, I was bombing. I was like, "Oh, this sucks. This bit's going billions with a B. It's going nowhere." Fuck. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Pull hava up ahead.
Are you doing a 1 week? Is this a 1 week Voyager?
This is weird. I don't know why. It's a 9-day cruise for me, I believe. I'm joining on a Thursday through Saturday. Kind of bizarre.
Will they be repositioning the Voyager
That's
of
what
the
it is.
Seas?
Yeah, it's a repositioning, obviously.
And where is it repositioning to?
I didn't do my research for the podcast.
Great, thanks. Okay. I'm headed to the Wonder of the Seas. We'll do the Eastern, and then we'll do the Western Caribbean. 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
49 shows or whatever. I don't know what the fuck it is, but a lot of shows.
Are you going to be doing Antigua or Antigua, as they say?
I don't think so. I think it's
Aruba. No.
No, I think it's
Cozumel. You'll be
Cozumel, Costa Maya.
That's the Western.
Coco, and then Eastern St. Thomas. That part.
My least favorite island, U.S. territory.
Unsafest too.
Yeah.
Unsafest. It's very
a lot of corruption.
It's corrupt. It's not safe, and a lot of those islands though, they're rather corrupt. I don't know if I ever told you or put in this pot many years ago, like 15 years ago or 10, I don't know what it was, but Nassau, they were doing a lot of those carriages pulling fat tourists and the poor horses. So there was like a Reddit type page, and anyway, someone wrote on there like how adorable it is and romantic, and I wrote on there, it's not romantic, it's fucking cruel, and how would you like to be the horse pulling these fat asses, and it's bullshit. I just went off. I don't know why. And then I put my email, you have to put your email to do that. And I got an email a couple days later, and it was a guy in Nassau, like a Nassau Bahamian guy, totally threatening, like literally, like, we have your name. If you're ever in Nassau, we'll, fucking kill you. That's a business. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up. That's how we make money here. We know who you are. We will kill you. You're fucking dead. One of those deals.
So you're going there this week?
I'm going to Nassau. And I will be taking a horse-drawn carriage ride up and down the streets and celebrating their beauty.
You're going to be dragged behind. What are you talking about?
It was a long time ago. But anyway, they showed.
Do they have them anymore?
I haven't, I haven't really been out in Nassau. The last time I worked, I walked to Duncan, and
there he is. Get him.
Yeah. But it shows you, man. They but again, I'm thinking back and I go, well, it was kind of like, a little over the top, and the guy does make his living doing that. I could see getting annoyed.
Well, they got rid of them in New York City, didn't they?
I don't know if they're gone. I don't know if they're gone
because they've
reduced it quite a bit.
They reduced it, but also they're monitoring the treatment of the animals, because some of the animals were being, you could tell that animals were in rough shape.
Well, in old New York, before cars, when everyone had horses, when the horse would die, they had to leave it in the street,
right? So they can pick
for
it up.
days and days, so it would atrophy. So then they could cut it up into pieces, because they couldn't put the horse. They'd have it's
too loose.
So they would just let it sit there
Yeah,
lay on the street.
Rigor mortis
Yeah,
how to set
then they
in to
could
make it
come
easier
and
for
saw the legs and shit.
Kind of like they say when you're like slicing beef, put it in the freezer for 10 or 15 minutes so it firms up and it's easier to slice.
Never heard that. I don't think that's true. I think you just made that up. I think you made that up in your. How many coffees have you had this morning?
1 1/4.
1 1/4. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Because you look very morning. You look very,
Yeah, I get the
just get out of bed. Got out of bed.
What are you going to do about the bags? What are you going to do? You're going to let it go?
You take the blonde and I'll take the brunette.
Hello. No, it's amazing. Like I do a little. If I just pull my skin back just a little bit on my eye, I
you look 28
years younger.
You look 28.
But
I don't know. My eye, I got to do something. This eye has skin, and my mother had this too.
Yeah,
it drops.
Yeah, same
and
here.
It's covering my eye.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to, maybe I'll just ride the
with all the work.
Maybe I'll ride the e-bike and fall, and maybe that'll
with
take
all the
care
work
of it.
that Joe Biden has had. Why is he squinting like this when he's reading the teleprompter?
I don't know. No joke, man. No joke. No joke.
What?
Get the vaccine. No joke. That's all Biden. Get the vaccine. No joke.
I'll tell you something, pal.
No joke.
You get that vaccine and you get on a bike.
That's right. Oh man. All right. Well, let me see. I'm gonna go through my my notes here. Bike.
Uh-huh.
Oh, the Preston, Mark Preston. We talked about him. That was fun. He was cool. Check him out if you haven't. Mark Preston, singer. He was on our last pod, and
he killed it on my cruise that I was just on with him. And then we smoked cigars. And then he even came on towards the end and did a couple of songs to help me out because the cruise director said that I was so good that she's added a show.
Wow, that never happens. But
after I ran out of material,
sticking with that story. Okay.
I can twist the story however I want.
That's right. Make it work for you.
But basically, they asked for 3 different comedy sets.
Well, that's crazy. That woman doesn't know what she's doing.
And I wanted to do, you want to do your best stuff for your 2 shows, and then the 3rd show is going to be a watered down. So I had to start like doing your act. And that went right into the side of the cliff.
That went fucking horribly.
Billions with a B.
Billions with a B. Beautiful. That piece of business with a B. I love it.
Well, yes. Why are they calling me?
Well, what's happening?
Oh, I wanted to tell you. Oh, that was a reminder.
What happened?
I rented a car. I rented a car in Boston.
Uh-huh.
And it has an Easy Pass on the dashboard, the toll thing. And you slide it over to expose it.
That's right.
And if you don't, they just take your plate number and they charge you.
That's right.
Because they stop fucking with people. So we were coming up to a sign that said, toll ahead, blah, 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 blah. And I was in the car with 3 other people. And I'm like, I don't know what to do here. Should I just slide it? So I slid it. And then there was no other signs for the toll. Apparently there were little beacons and cameras. And I said, okay, well, we're either going to get charged $5 or $15 for the day, because once you open it up, they'll charge you for the whole day.
Right.
So I said, all right. It was like midnight or something. We were coming back from a gig.
Yeah.
So
you're all hammered. It's good thing you didn't get pulled over.
All liquored up.
You're all drunk as shit.
So what do? I get a bill for $149 from Plate Pass.
What?
So it's through
$149.
Yeah.
For what? For
a $2 toll. It's a $2 or $1.80 toll or something like that. They charge me $149.
Damn.
So I get my bill and then it says Plate Pass. Here's the number. So I send it in, my email. I send them an email going, hey, what's going on here? This is less than $2. Why am I getting charged $149? This is an automated response. Do not respond to this email. We will get back to you within 5 business days.
Yes.
Fast forward a month and a half later. I'm like, hey, that was never remedied. I never heard from them. So I send them.
You're a wanted man in Mass.
A wanted man. So I send them an email saying, hey, this is ridiculous. Don't pretend this is the first time you've heard someone complaining about it.
Uh-oh.
What's going on? This is a ripoff. Stop ripping people off. Blah, blah, blah,
oh,
blah,
geez. Now it's on.
I got an email saying, we have refunded all but $28 and change. So they gave me $121 back. What would you do out of principle?
What do you mean? They gave it back. You didn't pay the amount.
It was on my credit card.
Oh, so they pulled it without, okay.
And it went on my American Express. And American
Right.
Express says we won't dispute it until you pay it. You have to pay it in full, then they'll just.
Oh, gotcha.
So I knew that from past shit that's happened with hotel rooms and whatnot.
Right.
So
what would I do in this? Well, I think I would be done with it because I don't want to email and back and.
It's the time.
It's a pain in my left nut. You know what I'm saying? So,
Do I
what are we
thank them?
talking? No, I wouldn't thank them. But how much? What is the difference? They pulled like what did they charge you?
$28 and change. It says I have a $121 and change credit.
Oh, you have a credit.
But
So they didn't bring you
on my credit card. Oh, I don't know. I
on the
haven't read
credit
the whole
card.
thing. It just came
Okay.
through right now. I was reading it.
Okay.
From my phone.
Well, I don't know. I think I'd be done. At
I
this
don't want to
point.
waste any more time, right?
No,
Okay.
no. Unless you have time to waste.
Do I go to American Express and say, "Hey, they were only supposed to charge me 28, and they charged me 149," or wait till if the credit goes through and say, "Hey, they were supposed to zero this out," and let American Express give me the other 28? Because American
that.
Express, anytime I've had an issue, they
do it.
They just
right.
credit me. And one time I was on the phone. I'm saying, "Are you calling them up?" They said, "No, sir. We just
don't give a
credit
shit.
your card."
We don't care. It's like companies on eBay. You go it's broken. They go, oh, keep it. We don't give
Just
a fuck.
give us that $650 that you pay for your platinum.
But yeah, I personally would be done. But if you have time and you want to fuck around and get $28 from Amex, why not? You know,
it's the principle.
It is. I get it. I always look
Hertz,
now after
Hertz didn't explain to me, "Hey, if you slide it, you're going to get charged for the." Looked like they were charging me for the whole week.
Yeah, it's written on the thing, right? Doesn't it say right on it?
No.
Because I use Budget exclusively, and their thing, it's like pretty well printed on it about once you open this, you're paying for it, that kind of thing.
Per day. I've had issues where I paid for it the whole day, and I paid a $2 toll, but I said fuck it, and they charged me $14 for the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was willing to do that, pay the $14.99. This one, they charged me twice as much. They charged me $28.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I would. And it is a principle thing. Like, fuck you. Why am I paying this? So
here's the other thing.
Yes.
I opened it probably just before midnight and left it open until after midnight. So they got me for 2 calendar days.
Gotcha.
Right.
But how much is it per day? Isn't it? They're saying $22 a day. Right? So that's correct then. 2 days. That's $44. You said they charge, didn't they say charge it
14 and change a day.
Okay, 28.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It sounds like it's actually pretty close to being correct.
All right. Maybe I'll let it go.
Maybe.
Because I was going to call, I have it on my calendar to call Hertz and say, "Hey, what's going on with these people?" Again, they're getting bombarded with emails and phone calls going, "What the fuck? Why are they charging me $150 for a $2 toll?" All right.
Why do you use Hertz? Do you have any particular reason?
I bounce around. I did Budget because you promoted it. Then they merged with Avis. And then I got there, I forget which airport, and it was like shitty service.
Yeah.
And then I went down to do the the fast lane? What is
Fast break.
Fast break. I went and they said, "Oh, you got to go back to the desk." I said, "I have fast break." They go, "Yeah, but it didn't go through." And it was like,
oh, yeah, it sucks.
And then my Amazon account gives me 10% credit towards my Amazon account. Plus a huge, they give the better discount than any of them.
But I use Budget through Amazon, and whenever I rent a car, depending on the price of the car, then Amazon gives me you have $9 credit with Amazon, then you have another $9.
I do like that.
So that's pretty good because they add up.
Hertz,
and then...
Yeah, well, my American Airlines credit card gave me a Hertz Gold status free and a big discount. So I said, "All right, fuck it. I'll just do it one time." I'm not married to Hertz.
Budget is good when the problem with Budget, and I write to them on Twitter and they're sick of hearing from me, but it's not uniform. So you can go to one airport, fast break is awesome. all modern. Then you go to another airport, they don't even know what fast break is, and you're like, "Well, this is bullshit."
Yeah,
what are we doing?
That's the reason why I got frustrated with it. But
yeah.
at the same time, Hertz is, Mrs. Ducharme, your car is in, a parking space number 15, and you step off, and all the mutants that have to go to the counter are continuing on through the parking lot.
Ooh,
it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
Well, that's what I like about fast
and then you're
break
out
when
of you're out of the parking lot. You're gone.
Fast break when it works, it just goes, any car in row F, just go take it and go, and
any car
you're
you
in and
want.
out.
Any car you want.
Yeah,
that's
well, they're all
cool.
the same. Any in that world of cars, but they're very good with because now I've been with budget forever. They're very good at upgrades, and if you could put down because you're not going to get reimbursed. I rent a car and then the cruise line will be like, "Oh, how much was it? We're going to give you $4 for that car." And like, okay, thanks.
Gotcha. But I do like sometimes they do this. They go, "Hey, we're going to upgrade you to an SUV." And I'm like, "Well, I had a hybrid that gets 48 miles to the gallon. You're putting me in an SUV that gets 19."
Right.
So I'm going to spend an extra $60 in fuel.
Yeah, and I don't want to be driving it. Why wants to drive an SUV or a pickup? Sometimes they go, "We got a pickup for you." I'm like, I don't want a pickup truck. You know what I mean?
We're only going to charge you for the electric car. Oh, by the way, when electric cars first started coming out in these car rental places, they were in high demand, but they're a pain in the ass. Now they're sitting.
Nobody
there.
wants.
Nobody
them.
wants.
They suck. They suck.
You got to charge them up,
and you can't find the places. I'm hearing that from everyone.
And
you
there's
can't
people
find
waiting.
These places, and they take hours. They take hours to do a full charge.
Yeah, you can go to a place, and if they have a fast charger, you can charge it, 80% in 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Like, well,
that still sucks.
It's not available.
But that still sucks. I don't want to
say it's not available. There's someone at it, and then the rest of them are slow chargers.
Right.
And everybody's miserable.
No, it's terrible.
That's why we have a plug-in hybrid. We have that 7-gallon gas tank, and we don't deal with any of that shit. We just keep driving.
Right. Yeah. No, the electric car right now reminds me. It's like almost going the way of the Segway, where it was going to be like, this is going to change the world, and everyone's like, it sucks. It's not good. It's not good, especially for a rental, because you can get stuck out there, and you don't know what I mean. And like a Tesla's got stations, but they don't have enough either. But just to find a regular old electric charging station on the middle of the road, the middle of America, good luck.
I've gone to 2 public charging stations, not because I needed to, just to experiment because I wanted to get used to the whole thing. And both times it failed. Something happened. It didn't work. Your account, we can't find your account. It was just like the app needed to be updated. It was just, I'm out.
Yeah, it's too much anyway. I don't want to drive a car and have to deal with my.
I want to get on an e-bike and take my chances on an e-bike.
Goddamn right. Yeah. What do you mean chances? I'm not taking chances.
How's your nut?
It's fucking hurting.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
That's how we end the usual podcast. We go, "How's your nut?" That's the ending.
So long, man. Have a good trip. F*** you.
Iceberg dead ahead. Don't forget to review us and rate us. It really helps.
The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
I'm losing my mind.
Patreon.com/The2Dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the 2 Owls, 1 Pod podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
What?
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
Okay, sure.
All right. Subscribe. Mary. This was a horrible mistake.
Go to patreon.com/forwardthe2dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.